Anyway, so hi everyone. We're back from our break. Hello.
Hi.
Did you miss us? I missed you. My break was very nice. The whole time I was just exercising. Guys, we've literally, we're on a health kick. Everyone's on a health kick. And it's just been very fun.
Yeah. And also it's been like terrible because obviously none of us really worked out in the last half of 2023, which is meant to be like peak time for working out. Do you know what I mean? So now it's like we're frantically trying to sort ourselves out before summer.
I mean, it's not going to work out for me. My aim is December. I think I've already passed the summer wave. But
like we're just literally just trying to sort it all
out. But you know what's so funny, yeah? Since I've been exercising, I've become mad flexible. Guys, I'm reaching places that I've never reached before.
Oh God.
I said, whoa, this is what exercise does for you.
You're doing like the downward dog and all that.
Like honestly, like I can touch my toes again. I couldn't do that before. Obesity is a disease.
So Holly's just kindly letting you all know that she can now bend over fully.
Exactly. I'm thriving. And you know, like even when I used to go down, let's say I'm praying and they're like, did you know that when you're praying and like you got Allahu Akbar and you go down for ruku' on the floor, that you're meant to use your knees first?
What do you mean?
Instead of like going down with your hands.
Are you supposed to bend your knees?
Yeah, first. So your knees have to touch the ground first and then your whole body comes.
Oh, you mean for sujood?
Yeah, sujood, not ruku', yeah. Sujood on the floor. So you like when you got Allahu Akbar, then you go down with your knees and then your knees touch.
Who said that?
Rabbi, I saw it. It's a hadith. Anyway.
You saw it on TikTok today?
Well, I didn't. I saw it as a hadith.
You put your knees
down.
You put your knees down before your hands?
Yes. So you go like this.
So you have to bend your knees?
You have to go like this. Let me shake camera.
Right, Holly's kindly demonstrating.
So you go Allahu Akbar and then you go.
I can't do that.
Well, guess what?
I can't do that.
Guess what? I can now. Now that I've been exercising, it's so much easier to go down on your knees.
So does that mean that if you go down with your hands first, you're committing bid'ah?
I don't know about that. But it's preferred to use your knees. Can't find hadith right now though, but you know, I'll post it when.
You better post it. You can't be dropping these things. Yeah?
I'm just saying.
Because you know what? You've literally called into question like a number of people's ways that they pray. Your alcoholic to knowledge.
No, I'm just, I'm giving you guys facts, but the whole point wasn't even about the fact. It's about the fact that the mobility has improved. You get me?
Yes.
Anyway, how was your week? 3 weeks off. What'd you do?
I've been watching Here Mandy.
Oh my God.
Shall I make you laugh? I was out with my Asian friends, went to brunch the other day. And I was like, oh my God, I'm watching Here Mandy. And they were like, why are you calling it Here Mandy? And I was like, how are you supposed to say it? And they were like, Here Mandy.
Here Mandy.
What's
it about?
It's about like a woman who basically owns one of these establishments, like how she operates it with her daughters. And then there's like a revenge trope. So she did something in her past that like catches up to her. It's really crazy. In the end, something really dramatic happened. And then there's like, somebody gets pregnant, but obviously the person who the father is, she can't marry him because obviously she belongs to the establishment. Do you know what I mean?
So mad. How many episodes is it? Is it quite long?
I think it's 8 episodes. I'm on the last one now. I can't wait to rush home to watch it. But guys, like Here Mandy, it's the show of the week. After
right up your alley.
It's better than Bridgerton.
I'm not gonna lie, Bridgerton was dead this season.
Bridgerton was horrible. Like this,
so dead.
Penelope and Colin, just like
Colin running to the hot air balloon gave me the ick.
The whole, like Colin winking at everyone gave me the ick.
He was just giving it with his blow dried hair.
Do you know what's really sad is we had such a great season with Anthony and what's her name?
Anthony's just got riz.
Right? And like Colin came in, he really tried, he went away, he went to Italy, he went to go and learn about himself. He comes back, he's confident, but it just looks very disingenuous. Does it feel like he's at one with himself?
I think the main issue with Bridgerton though, I just feel like there's too many storylines, and I feel like if they let us have all the episodes, it would have brought it together a bit more. I don't know.
Instead of breaking it up.
Yeah, so like now that it's broken up, there was like no initial angst for the characters, for like the two main characters. I just remember watching the first 3 episodes, and then the 4th one, they're in the carriage doing a madness.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you,
I was like, what the hell?
That first part, the whole story was just leading up to that scene in the carriage. I'm so sorry. That's what they really wanted to show us.
And in my mind, I'm like,
is Penelope going to get her tits out? That's what I wanted
but I don't think she did.
No, I don't think I'm really proud of her. Considering Bridgerton is,
very
racy.
But yeah, what can we say? I mean, part 2 is in June. Don't know if
she might still get the old.
You want her to get her tits out?
No, of course. No, I don't care what she does with her body.
You don't care what she does.
But you know what? I think it might happen because Bridgerton is quite race.
But also they've changed the storyline of the story as well.
I really hope Penelope is actually the person that takes the
lead.
No, takes the Hadaha out of the.
Hadaha.
I really hope Penelope is the one that takes away the Qur'an.
Oh, takes away the filth.
Yeah, that doesn't do those things. I hope her and Colin do get married.
No, I think that's all going to happen.
And I hope it's just, the best ceremony for her. Because you know what? Penelope's gone through a lot. She's been on that wall.
It's going to get worse.
She's been on that wall for so long. So part 2 is about the discovering of her being Lady Whistledown.
But in the book, it's earlier. So now they've changed up the storyline.
Yeah, so it's completely different.
So we don't know what's going to happen.
I just need the listeners of this podcast to know that I'm really happy for Penelope.
And the actress herself is actually really cool.
I know, she's very pro-Palestine.
In a very outward way that no one is in.
In a very Irish way.
Yes.
But what was I saying? I'm so happy that she's not on the wall anymore, Heather. How long is she?
What is the wall?
The wall, when they're dancing, she's just on the wall.
Oh yeah, she's just standing on the wall, Miskeen. Come off the wall, darling.
She's coming off the wall. Do you know how significant that is?
I'm not gonna lie, I really like the guy that's the vegan. Where's he a vegan? No, he's like animal cruelty. The nature guy. I really liked him.
Yeah, he would have been nice for her, but he himself said that it's not love between them; it's just companionship. And she wants the full package.
I'm just saying.
But she's going to be off the wall. You know what really used to creep me out about Penelope is the way she'd walk through the wall.
No, what the?
You don't understand. You don't understand. That's how you know you're not a Bridgerton fan. Penelope is a very strange character in that she's a wallflower. Yeah. When people are dancing in the centre, she never gets picked.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
What she does, however, is she stands on the sidelines, i.e. the wall. Okay?
Yeah.
What she also does whilst on the wall is she manoeuvres through various people standing, waiting for their turn in the wall, listening to conversations, getting the tea for
Lady Whistledown
to write her little articles. But it's the way, this is how she walks, look.
She just gives me mouse vibes.
Just maneuvers like a little mouse, literally like a mouse. But now her time has come. She's no longer on the wall. She's on the dance floor.
Valid. And it's
in the carriage.
Main stage, baby.
Getting ravaged by Colin.
Good for her.
I know, good for her.
Let's make it halal though.
Yeah, of course.
Let's make it halal. Thank you.
I also like the fact that his mum clocked it as well.
Yeah.
I like.
The mum always clocks everything. Really
she's got like a sixth sense.
Anyway, girlies, what's been going on? Oh my God, TikTok's been going crazy as usual. In the 3 weeks we've been gone, what's happened? Loads.
So much has happened.
I just can't even remember. All the influencers getting cancelled. I remember that. Which I just, if I really talk, let's just address that for a second. I personally think, at the beginning, I could see why. And then it just accelerated into just a hate.
Wait, what actually happened?
So basically, loads of people. So you know how it became block celebrities.
Yeah.
People were blocking,
block out 2024.
Yeah. So they were blocking celebrities, and then suddenly they turned towards the Muslim influencers. And then loads of them, I'm not gonna lie, loads of them do these dumb YouTube apologies. And in my head, I'm just like, you shouldn't have done that to begin with. But then it turned into a circus of just
A witch hunt.
Like it was like a witch hunt. People were like clout chasing at this point. People are making videos of random people that have actually been supporting Palestine.
Do you know what's really crazy about the like Block Out 2024? I thought initially was a great idea.
I did as well.
For, like big celebrities who whose audience isn't a predominantly pro-Palestine audience, who has the ability, if they were to come out and say something off the back of being scared to be blocked, obviously it's disingenuous, but a post is a post, you know what I mean? A post of good faith about supporting or just educating the audience.
Valid.
But then to turn on Muslim influences is just like, when I don't know what to call it. It's like what's it called when something is the opposite, when it does the opposite of what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the word? You know the word.
The word of opposite.
You know what I'm trying to say. Help me out here.
Like it's not helpful.
It's not that it's not helpful. It's just like,
it's just embarrassing now because we're all going against each other.
No, it doesn't make
it
doesn't make sense. What is dragging a Muslim influencer going to do? Do you know what I mean? What's that going to do for their followers or for the people that they're like, who they're? It's a pro-Palestine audience. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I get you. If we're talking about Block Out 2024, what the purpose of it was, it doesn't work on Muslim influencers because the people that they influence is already well aware about what's happening.
I just found it really like very targeted. I found it very embarrassing at times because I just felt like the certain people that were saying certain names, I just feel like their points weren't even valid. It was giving hate.
Yeah,
and then also another aspect was, why do people have to prove the charity that they've done? Even though they've got a big platform, they have a choice to use that platform for good, which is valid. But if they've been doing that, why must they now come on the internet, be like, to protect themselves from your hate, be like, guys, look, I've donated £10,000 to this and I've done this, and it's just weird. No one should show their charity like that.
It's not even that. They shouldn't be. Do you know what it is? People shouldn't be coming for them. The sole purpose that somebody's coming for a Muslim influencer whose supporters are already pro-Palestine, they can't do anything because their supporters are already aware.
But I think they're coming for them.
If they were coming for them because they weren't saying anything at all.
No, some of them was valid because they were outwardly using brands and like outwardly doing campaigns for brands that are boycotted. But then some of them, but that's what I was like, okay.
No, because
and then some of them it was like,
I'm thinking about what Block Out 2024 was about.
Yes, but they joined the two together. So then they started, that's what I'm saying. The whole point of doing it to Muslim influencers didn't make sense. But then
that's what I mean.
On one angle, they were saying, we're going to block certain Muslim influencers because let's say they did a deal with Sephora or they did a deal with Zara, which is valid. If after 8 months you're still doing that, you're taking the piss a bit. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, yeah, fine.
But then there was people that were already pro-Palestine, that were already basically stating that they weren't working with certain brands, but then they were still coming for them because they were like, in the last 8 videos, you haven't posted anything about Palestine. Guys, come on, that is nitpicking.
Yeah, it's just
come on. And then I just felt like
sometimes you have to look within. As a consumer, you have to look within and think, is me dragging this person? Am I doing it from a place of like hate, or am I doing it because that I genuinely want that person to change? But it's like, why would you genuinely want somebody like that to, do you know what I mean? They mean nothing to you.
But it's the idea of TikTok, and this is one thing that I've really realized. If a random blank page posts a picture of Kultorn today and they're like, Kultorn is this, this and this, and I saw it, blah, 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 and loads of people like it and comment on it, people are going to run with that story and think it's true.
And obviously the likes and the comments will blow it up even further.
It's going to go viral. People are going to think it's true, and then they believe it. Yeah. So it's the idea that in my head, I'm like, should we even be taking advice from TikTok and social media? Because realistically, it's not a healthy place. You can't judge something on the basis of one thing that you've seen. That could actually literally be a lie. There's like, even if we get past pro-Palestine for a second, I've recently seen videos of a particular influencer. She recently got married, and people are posting, like blank pages are posting pictures of her with her new husband saying, she cheated on her ex, she did this. Like, they're just making mad accusations about this woman. And in my head, I'm like, you literally don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's haram to say that a woman committed madness without having at least 4 witnesses. Number one, that's the dealing. But the point is, they make these pages and then people go viral with it, and then that story sticks, and it's like, it's so toxic.
It doesn't stick though. Shall I tell you why? It's hilarious. Like the story will go viral and everyone will listen to it, and maybe for a couple of days it will be like their story. But then something always takes its place as like
valid
the story of the day, and then everyone forgets about that. And I don't think it means anything because it's happening in social media. That would never. People never speak to each other like that in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Another thing that really made me laugh, yeah, and I think this happens to us a lot as well, is let's say we discuss something that's dinian. And then someone doesn't agree with it, and then they make it this big thing, whereas like we're basically liars. And I recently saw that with the Diary Room girls. They made a factual comment about hijab being farad, and for you to maybe focus more on your farad acts. Farad meaning compulsory acts, where instead of your voluntary acts, because obviously your compulsory acts are the things that you need to do to get to Jannah. And then people are actually like mad. People are fully saying that's wrong. Why is she even giving that advice? She's wearing makeup. And it's like, mate.
Do you know what it is? People are upset about. People are upset.
Haq is haq. When did it go?
People are upset about the fact that she said something which is factually correct,
and they're triggered by that.
Yeah, because they're not doing it.
Exactly, and it's like,
and then so they're gonna go for her, the person
instead
that's
of
saying it, the way they
themselves.
look. Yeah, instead of reflecting. It's like classic internet behavior.
And it's just like, wake the hell up. Like, I don't know why Muslims are acting this way.
It's just classic,
like, you know what the truth is. Let's just stop lying. It's the incident with the music. Like, how are you defending music? Fine, we all listen to it. It's haram. But you can't come on the internet now and be like, music's not haram. What are you doing? How are you telling me I can't listen to songs? Babes, music's haram. Okay? Hijab is fard. This is not hijab.
This is not sunnah, darling.
This is not sunnah. You know, may Allah guide us. But the haq is the haq. And I don't know how people are getting angry.
Yeah, do you know what? It's just people that don't do it properly are getting angry. I don't do hijab properly, but I wouldn't get angry about someone saying it's farad and that it's more important than a sunnah act.
You know what's mad?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what's mad? You know the Sahaba, if someone from the Sahaba said to them, fear Allah, they would shake.
They would cry.
And in this era, if someone said fear Allah, they'd be like, fuck you, bro.
But who are you talking to?
Who you talked about? What do you mean I fear Allah? What do you mean? How you trying to talk about? This is hijab, bro. I've covered my hair. My baby hairs are showing, but you know, it's not really hair, is it? Like, wake the fuck up.
No, but you know what? I think people are especially sensitive about hijab because it's a journey. Do you know what I mean? A lot of women struggle with it. I struggle with it. And I think that's probably why it's like there's peaks and troughs with hijab. Do you know what I mean?
It's up and down.
People's imans are high, they love it. It's low, they hate it.
Sometimes, what can we do? The neck is showing sometimes.
The hairs are showing, the baby hairs are showing. The hijab isn't even a hijab anymore. It's a scarf. Do you know what I mean?
It's a head wrap. But it's just, let's all make dua for each other.
But it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, I think...
I mean, it's not okay.
No, listen.
But you know what I mean.
It's okay, but I don't think it's okay to come for someone for speaking the truth about something that's... At the end of the day, hijab is farad. Like...
It's the truth, babes. Like,
if we want to go to heaven, we sort out hijabs.
We got to pray a 5 daily prayers.
Yeah, we've got to sort out the farad things.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm doing tahajjud, that's all good.
But
I'm not doing the 5 daily prayers.
I'm doing 5 daily prayers. Do you know what I mean?
It's not really gonna work out.
I mean, I continue to pray your tahajjud. It's a really weird topic, isn't it?
But I'm just saying, like, 2 + 2 does not equal 6. Like, it's not gonna work out. Do you know what I mean? You've got to do the 2 and the 2, and then you get the 4.
I just think, like, I think people are really overcomplicating it. Do you know what I mean? I think sunnahs are great, but I feel like if you haven't got a grip over your farad acts of worship, like, don't even bother with the sunnahs. Go for the sunnahs when you think you can add a sunnah to your continuation of the farads that you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to go slowly, because the way, you know, when you when you get an iman increase, yeah,
you want to
like,
do
everything, like, you want to be, and then it goes,
and a shaitan comes, one whisper, you're down bad.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's okay. Just keep picking yourself up. It's all about you.
Do small.
Keep picking yourself up. I just think hijab is just one of those topics that the girlies, for some reason, are just extra
sensitive.
Yeah.
And for the men that talk about women's hijab and tabarruj, you shouldn't be looking at a girl's TikTok. Thank you very much. So how about you lower your gaze and you stop talking?
No, but the thing is, women don't like men talking about those topics. But I think women need to create a safe space for women to be able to discuss those topics. Like, if they're not happy with the way Aisha said it, okay, like maybe.
What would you? But I.
No,
how
maybe
would you like
maybe
her to
go and
say
do
it?
the research yourself. Like maybe go and see how it was. How what the ayahs around hijab look like, or what the hadiths about hijab, what they look like. Do your own research, you know what I mean? Form your own conclusions about it. But maybe they didn't like her delivery. That's what I'm saying. Hijab is a very sensitive topic. But right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's valid. And also, you can't really, I feel like having a platform, you can't really control what people say. You've just got to roll with it. Do you know what I mean?
Also, it's not that deep.
I mean, it's deep for others.
It's not that deep.
It's deep for others.
Why
Clearly they took it to heart by commenting and making it viral. That is deep.
I just don't understand why that was deep for them. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand why
the person that made the comment.
No, why that people were so
aggy about the hijab.
No, were so aggy about what was said in that video.
Because they're obviously triggered there.
Triggered by an internet personality
making a factual comment
statement
about hijab. Very strange, isn't it? This is what I'm saying. Like, either selective outrage.
The internet is a dangerous place for me right now. It's not good for my iman. It's really
not.
not.
Outrage. I'm telling you. Listen, the truth is nothing when the lie is more outrageous. That's what they love. That's what they love.
Way.
They don't care if the truth is the simplest thing. They don't want that. They want the most outrageous lie to blow up. Everyone wants clout at the end of the day, so it's done.
No, guys, the truth needs to go viral. I'm so glad Ash went viral for that video, you know.
It's fart.
You know, I'm actually so glad.
Why? It's
and
factual.
I just, you know what made me laugh was the comments, but people be like, what did she say that was wrong?
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Question mark. Girl, hijab.
Like, what is she saying that's wrong?
Like, let's explain it to me. I thought hijab was fart.
That's what I'm saying. People are confusing other people.
Oh my God. What are we doing? There's general election coming.
Jenny Leck.
There's a Jenny Leck coming. I just can't believe it. I just feel like Rishi standing in the rain with his $50,000 suit. What were you thinking, babes?
What was he doing?
Rishi was like, oh, I'm done with this. He's like, fuck these lot. I'm just going to create a general election to get out.
Do you know what's so mad?
He's booked a holiday.
You know what made me laugh? Oh, it was just the whole optics of it. It was gloomy and dark. The jacket, the expensive jacket was just dripping.
There was like a Labour anthem playing. You couldn't even hear him.
Yeah, there was like a song playing in the background. You know what was surprising? The fact that his hair didn't flop over his face. It stood up.
Or like the gel products didn't come down his face.
Yeah, I thought that. I was really surprised by the fact
I need to know the
stayed.
Fix Plus spray that he uses because his face did not move. None of that concealer moved.
And she's probably using
that one side. Anyway, it just made me laugh. I said, Rishi said, I've booked myself a 6-week summer holiday because I'm ready to get out of this country, boy.
He's like, you know what, guys? I've called it Jenny Leck.
I'm over it.
I'm done with a lot of you.
I just think, babes, Conservative, it's done now. Give it a break. It's been 14 years.
Do you think the national service thing is just like...
It's another thing. It's just...
Yeah, but like, do you think it's to basically just make... like young people hate him so they don't vote for him, so he's like so unelectable that he like deliberately loses?
I think we need to open our eyes. London might be Labour, but the rest of the country...
Did you just hear what I said?
But I think he's done it for the old people.
I thought he was just basic. He's had enough and is trying to make himself as unelectable as possible with the worst
Yeah. I get that for young people, definitely, but I think he's done that for the older selection of people, the ones outside of London who actually believe in national service and the fact that young people need to have like direction in their life. I think he's done it for them.
Experiencing the arms. Imagine you going to your little boy saying,
when you're 18.
You've got to go to Afghanistan in a couple of months.
Some of them is like volunteering now. So they've got to do
it's,
volunteering.
No, it's either
and
they choose to go to
military.
the armed forces or charity and
See what?
volunteer. I would choose charity and
I'm
volunteer.
doing charity volunteering, yeah.
You mad?
And also, you don't go to jail if you don't go.
You don't
No,
go
in
jail.
other, in other countries you go jail. Apparently, you don't go jail if you say no.
So what happens when you say no?
Just go about your life there,
So
I'm assuming. So what
what's
was the
the
whole point?
point?
I didn't even get it. It's the dumbest thing ever. But he's trying to, I think the Conservatives are reeling on this. I think this is the game plan for them, yeah? Tell me if I'm wrong. Reform UK is basically right-wing politics, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to get a lot of votes. And I think Conservatives are leaning towards basically getting support with Reform UK to create a coalition.
Coalition.
Yeah. And the only way to do that is they need to basically work towards right-wing politics.
Oh, so
this whole
align themselves
align
with-
themselves with some of the stuff that they do, national service, all of that jazz. It's
But
all
why
dumb.
not? I keep saying those slogans about like a vote for Keir Starmer is a vote for reform. That's
No,
from,
it's
and that's
not.
coming from like Conservatives,
I don't know.
like on their main pages.
Oh, is it? Maybe
yeah.
not then.
So I don't understand what that means.
Anyway, all I'm saying is definitely going to be coalition unless Labour win completely. At this point, I don't really know who I'm going to vote for, but I just find it very... And also, another person that's piped up is Nigel Farage, the little political influencer. He's going after Muslims again.
Oh yeah, did you see what he said about us
it's
not
so
like?
racist.
What did he say? Something about we don't have British values.
We don't have British values. We don't like this country.
I mean, didn't say anything wrong, did he?
But why don't we like this country? Because of what Conservatives have done to it. No one can get a house.
Yeah.
Their fucking wages are shit. The weather is shit.
The cost of living
It's
is
gone crazy.
so.
Schooling is shit. And that's all because 14 years of the Conservatives. I'm so sorry.
Do you think you've got British values? How would you define British? What are British
I
values?
think British values are different for each culture in Britain.
Mm.
I feel like I do have British values when it comes to growing up in London. But do I have British values similar to like a white person in White Britain? I don't think so. And as well, I don't think I have British values when it comes to like a Caribbean person in Britain. Like we all have different cultures that align with being
But
English.
I think there are a lot of things that
are
like
similar.
there's a lot of things that I would say like ethnic and minority cultures have in common.
Yes, culturally for
Yeah,
London.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
It's
it
very
differs.
London based.
Yeah.
So things like arts, music, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? There's
I
loads of
like
things
a bit
that
of
align
bangers and
us.
mash.
I
What's
love
the
Love
problem?
Island. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? I can't help it. I used to watch EastEnders.
I've started watching EastEnders again.
Yeah, there you go. Whitney,
And I think
getting
that's a British
married.
value.
That is a British value. I love a cup of tea.
I
That is-
love tea.
I love a tea and having a little chat
On a balcony.
on a balcony, talking about the weather.
Talking about the weather.
It's the epitome of British value.
How can Nigel Farage say we don't have British values?
Are you dumb? Half the teachers in your schools.
I think he's saying we Muslims don't have British values because he's so far like
right.
he's so like what's it called when somebody's just not in the same like thingy as people.
Like he's
So detached from Muslims. Do you know what I mean?
But he's detached from London. That's what I'm saying.
He's just detached from ordinary people. He's just basically
But
a ponce.
I think so, though. I think he gets paid to rile up a race war between people.
Yeah.
So he can like stir it up. Because this is
Yeah.
what he did for Brexit.
Yeah.
He's the reason Brexit bloody happened. And half the stuff for Brexit is basically failed. I just think he's a little political influencer. He riles people up. Then whoever pays him more, in my opinion, he basically works towards that angle.
Do you think there's people that pay?
He's the president of Reform UK.
Do you think there's people that pay like political
Analyst,
and
influencers,
stuff like that to
yes.
to like
Talk about their
cause
party.
chaos in specific areas in
Hello, scandal. It happens in the UK.
Do you think?
Yes. Recently, Rishi Sunak, when he started his campaign journey, he went to like a railway or something, yeah? 2 of the people that worked in the railway were fucking councillors and they put on the clothing.
And they were the only ones asking the question. Because he probably told them.
His scandal person basically told him, ask these 2 the questions, they'll ask you the right questions.
Or if anyone's got any questions, make sure you 2 put your hands up.
If that's not a political agenda, I don't know what is. They put on their uniform acting like they work there.
Oh my God, I saw this TikTok the other day that like something had happened. It was like a relationship TikTok. Someone maybe, let's say for example, for the sake of the argument, in the video, a woman wanted her fella to spend more time with her, but then he was just really busy and she was just getting really irate with that. Now, the comment section for the girls on the girl's phone, because on TikTok she's registered as a female, is like very, let's say, very like woman empowerment. Do you know what I mean? So like watching that video, the comments will say something along the lines of, as a woman watching it,
you go girl,
the top comments will say something like, you don't even need him, or like,
independent woman,
like, just go find you someone that cares about you, that isn't neglecting you. And then she sent the same video to her boyfriend, who's looked at the video, because obviously now he's a male, he's on his TikTok account, and it's like all the comments that are coming up are like comments from like men that are saying the complete opposite, like saying, go on lad, like whatever, like bigging up the guy for basically making the woman feel bad. And it's just like, it just made me, I was like, the woman was like, I think, talking about how it made her think like, oh my God, like social media is trying to divide us, like everything is like trying to pull us apart.
Everything is divisive.
It's divisive, and that's how people can weasel in when we're most vulnerable, and you know, change the way we think, our outlook, the way we look at things. And it just reminds me of this whole like general election.
I just think I think the reason why conservatives might lose is because I feel like a lot of they're pulling the same tricks as like 10 years ago, and it's like people are a lot more woke. People understand, like if you speak to a Gen Z person and he looks at a political video or a video of like any person, they will automatically think this is fake, like this is something, this is like a marketing ploy to pull me in. Whereas if that was 10 years ago, we'd believe it. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna do this for us, like it's amazing. So my idea is that people in this generation are so they know and can see through like the facade of like fakeness, especially with the use of video, like with the use of social media. Just a basic YouTube apology is like, shut up, like we know
of
you're
course,
chatting shit.
but I think there's like more sinister things at play. Like, so the video that I was telling you is algorithms are like
going against each other.
No,
I agree.
I think it reminded me of do you know that Netflix documentary that came out about how there was like not vote rigging, but
in America, that's how Donald Trump won.
In America, there was that whole like that computer program that they deployed to see what like voting intentions would be like between like different genders, people from different regions and stuff like that. It just reminded me of all of that, and I was like, oh my God, is this legal? Is what the algorithm doing? Is that actually legal?
I don't think it is, but I think that's why. I think that's after Donald Trump won. And actually, the last one
like
that
Oxford
he lost,
something.
Yeah, Oxford X something. It's in my head. But after they won, Facebook got taken to court for that, because you've got to reveal, like you've got to have ownership and show that this is what you're doing. It can't be explicit. So yeah, it's all mad.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know who I'm voting for in the Jannah.
I don't know either. I don't know if I'm going to waste my vote. I don't even know what I want to do.
I don't know. I don't think do we have any like independent candidates in our area? No.
I don't even know. Wallahi.
It's just like looking
so gloomy. It's just so gloomy. One thing I do know is that I don't want a conservative government anymore.
Do you know what's making me laugh though? Twitter's so hilarious. All they do is compile lists. Like the other day was just, these are a list of Palestinians who abstained from the vote for, do you know what I mean? Or like, these are a list of like Green Party's policies. Here are a list of Lib Dems policies. Like everything's just list.
Can't even think of Lib Dem anymore. I thought they disappeared.
Lib Dems lied to us in 2012.
They did, and we don't believe them anymore.
Yeah, so we can't really we can't trust them.
I just in my mind, I'm like, guys, wake the fuck up. Like, people are actually burning it in Rafah, and like, this is what they're doing. A general election to make us all forget it.
Well, there's a lot of things happening around that time. There's the Euros. There's
the Olympics are coming up.
Olympics. We've got Love Island.
I'm not even gonna
all these distractions, guys. Stay woke.
I can't even be asked for Love Island. Anyway, should we do a scenario?
Yeah, please.
You haven't done one in ages.
Mm-hmm.
New wife is a bit too affectionate.
Shall I read it? I haven't read in a while.
It's a football podcast next to us and they're going ham. Don't you think men that watch football, I just feel like it's a bit of a cult?
Do you think it's a cult? I think it's...
I just think it's a bit of a cult. Like, I just think, do you really even enjoy it? Or do you just watch it because your friend watches it?
No, but come on, you can't say that because, okay, me and you, we don't watch Premier League, we don't watch Championships, we don't watch any of that, but we watch World Cups, and you know World Cup is lit.
It's just giving cult. Every year, they watch the same thing.
No, I couldn't watch it every year, but I would sit down and I would spend time watching the World Cup. But I wouldn't watch it.
I'm talking about them watching a Premiership game, a Championship game, a European League game. It's just like, come on.
It's too much.
It's too much. Like, I don't know how their little brains handle it.
Does your husband like football?
Yeah, I tell him all the time, I think this is a cult.
Oh, do you know what it's giving? It's giving, pay attention to me, stop watching football.
Exactly. I want to be your cult.
I want you to watch me. New wife is a bit too affectionate. I have been married for 4 months. We are both Somali raised in Canada. I have been married for 4 months. We are both Somali raised in Canada. However, my wife is very, very affectionate to the point that it is a bit suffocating. When I come home from work, she's at home. She runs over to me and hugs and kisses me. Then a lot of the time she'll want to sit on my lap.
Oh, she's the little baby girl.
Then a lot, wait, let me say that again. Then a lot of the time she'll want to sit on my lap while I'll eat dinner and feed me my dinner as well. Then after that, she wants to cuddle if we watch Netflix/TV, then cuddle every night while we sleep. She'll also tell me she loves me like 5 times a day.
This just seems like the nicest woman in the world. It also tells me that you've probably been married for like a month.
She is very sweet, don't get me wrong, but all the affection is not something I'm used to. It can be a bit much sometimes and it almost comes off as childish. The other day she asked if I could rest my head on her lap so she could give me a head massage. It felt nice. Then she bent down and tried to kiss me all over my face, and that's when I got up because it was just way too much. She looked a bit hurt, which I felt bad about. How do I tell her to tone down the things without hurting her feelings?
There's going to be a time when your wife doesn't even want to look at you. There's going to be a time when you just give her the ick.
There's going to be a time where she's so disgusted by your face.
There's going to be a time when she's just like, every time you try and touch her in bed, and she's just like, please, I'm on my period. Just leave me. I'm tired. I'm sleeping.
But also, I'm really interested to know like the sort of family dynamics that he grew up in.
He seems very shut off.
He seems very typical Somali boy who just
was never hugged or caressed as a child. Did your
your
mother tell you she loves you?
or who didn't see both their parents maybe like giving each other a
Affection.
hug. Yeah, affection. But what she's doing is not strange. I don't think.
I just think she's in her honeymoon phase and you're just ruining it.
Ruining it. Yeah, I don't think
Weirdo.
I don't think he's at where she's at, but also he just needs to allow her, like accommodate her a little bit. Yeah, she's being a bit affectionate, but
Imagine a man complaining that his wife runs to him after work and gives him a kiss.
no man would really complain about that, surely.
And she's got your food ready and she's feeding you. You're getting treated like a king and you're complaining.
No, something is wrong with this boy, Holder. I don't know what it is.
You need therapy.
Therapy.
Darling, you need to talk to someone.
You need to tell them what those problems
You've got attachment
are.
issues. Commitment issues? No.
No.
I think he's got an attachment issue where he likes to not be touched too much.
Yeah. I've seen that in some people.
Could be a form of trauma.
He might also just not like affection. There's people out there that don't like affection.
But you've got to communicate that.
But it's not even that. They need to look inwards. They need to go deep into
What is the
why
problem?
they don't like affection, because affection is a very normal and natural thing.
And I'm not gonna lie, he could have a conversation with her, but you need to think about how you have that conversation and the consequences of that conversation, because you might put her off completely and she might not even touch you again. You might not be getting back rubs anymore.
Oh,
imagine that he got a back rub and he got a little kiss on the cheek and he's getting
the ick from that. Do you know what? He needs to tread carefully with this conversation, because it could turn into zero affection very quickly. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to miss.
He's going to miss the affection
that she used to give
He's going to
him.
walk through the door. She's not even there.
I really wish I could tell her to just stop giving it to him. Just act.
I wish she could see this
I wish I could
post.
say to her, just act. Just act like
Skeechy.
just act like he's acting towards you.
Act a bit hot and see what he does.
Yeah, like I don't know why she's doing all that.
Let him come to you.
Innit? I'm really annoyed at this man that he's complaining about this, because, you know,
Well, like, it's her rights. She got married to you. She's a wife. Who else is she going to express that form of love with?
Do you know
She's
what I
not allowed
mean?
to go out and have boyfriends.
she's not allowed to just go and meet someone at a bar, like, and just touch them.
Like, what is wrong with you? Imagine that. My man has something good and he's already complaining. What are you going to do when you've got like 3 kids?
No, he's
and you can't stand each other.
He's actually fumbling the bag right now. He doesn't even realise it.
Darling, you need to wake up. You need therapy.
You need therapy. Don't even have this. Don't even communicate this to her.
No.
Don't say nothing to her.
Because if you put her off,
it's game over. She's off for life.
I'm telling you.
No,
The
she
moment,
actually is.
imagine a man said to me, yeah, like, can you stop touching me? Kill me now. Or he's like, can you stop kissing me so much? Can you just give me space?
What?
Can you just move up a bit?
Yeah, he's taking the piss. And you know what? She's never going to touch you again. She's never going to sit next to you again. So
You need to thread carefully.
he needs to basically tell her that he needs to tell his wife that he's taking a couple of classes in Taekwondo. But instead,
really, he needs intimacy classes.
intimacy classes.
Of how to be physically touched and accept the touch. Because what is this?
It's mad.
Send help. Because
Serious.
what the fuck? Guys, honestly, it just makes me laugh. The dynamics of like marriage sometimes.
Yeah. Do you know what's wild? That there's so many different like archetypes of husband and wife out there. There's like affectionate golden retriever husbands and like bitch wives.
They're called vixens, or like female
Black
cats.
cats.
Like a black cat and a golden retriever.
Yeah, so there's like
It's
that
like opposites
dynamic.
attract though.
There's like, you know, anxious attached wife and the avoidant husband.
Oh,
Well, that's a horrible
that's
one.
a horrible one.
Don't want to be in that category.
You're going to be upset all the time.
That's these two. But I don't think she's anxiously attached.
I
This is
just
the thing,
think
like,
she's got into a
I think
marriage
she's
and
just,
she's
I think
happy.
she's just behaving how you would behave towards your spouse.
Especially in the first month or
But
so.
he's seriously got avoidance problems there. I can see.
But you know, some people might just be asexual and like have no drive to have sex, have no drive to like be cuddly and touchy and whatever.
as in like they're a plant.
And they just want a companion.
No, but asexual men are like really rare.
Rare. But you never know. Some people just want companionship, you know.
Yeah.
Would you like imagine like in 10 years time you've had your children,
Yeah.
you're chilling out. Do you want the companionship or do you always want the passion?
I want the passion.
I want the passion as well, but I'm just saying some people want companionship.
Some people do. It's true. I think you have to sit down and really explore what it is you want from a partner. I feel like a lot of older people.
Non-toxic companionship is very good.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of older people want that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
they just
ones
want
that have been
companion.
married when they were like from
Younger.
very young, and then realise that, you know, either the relationship didn't work out or they're widowed or something has happened. Later on in life, they're happy to not be in love with the person, but they can admire and respect them.
And have a good best friend.
Yeah, have a very nice, long-lasting
Cordial relationship.
best friend relationship.
But also, I think when people have negative situations, often like they reel towards like having healthy companionship rather than like the passion.
Yeah. Because passion comes as well. There are
There's a level of toxicity.
Yeah, there's a
passion as
level
well.
of toxicity.
But I mean, passion can also mean just having a healthy marriage.
True.
In all aspects of life.
True.
Meaning you communicate well, you've got a nice sex drive.
Yeah, yep.
You know, arguments aren't that bad. You know, you argue, but you're able to make up
Yeah.
in an adult manner.
I think it depends on the people. Because you can have two very passionate people that come together and have this very passionate relationship that is also, you know, foundations are, you know, respect, like they're all the good things. But then obviously there's also passion with a sprinkle of toxicity. And then there's companionship.
Valid.
Yeah. What do you think of companionship? I
think
I could
if
do
I'm
it.
50, I could do it.
I don't think I could do it even at 50.
Really? If I'm 50, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think to not what's it called? To not experience love when you first get married, I think that's really sad. But it does happen to many because like Omar Suleiman said, it might not be your risk.
It might not be your
to
risk.
be actually deeply in love with someone.
To meet someone that you're...
Like to actually, like when we think about
experience
love, like true love.
Yeah.
Like not lust, not the first year it's good and then it goes off like actual,
real,
true
love.
Where like
long
you just
lasting.
love each other.
Just because the person, just who they are.
And like you deeply care about, I don't think a lot of people experience that, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's just lust and then like...
I think lots of people...
And then just compromise. Lust, then compromise.
It's lust, compromise, but also like loads of things happen. Like you can really love someone and then like you can have kids and you really love them. But then down the line, your relationship can just be about you and raising children together. But really you don't actually have a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Or it could be like...
Yeah, but
I think midway...
Maybe it could be... But then you don't know. Like that could just be a phase in the relationship where it's taken, you know... Like they're not
could take it out,
it could be a phase in the relationship where they're not focused on each other anymore. They're both pouring into children, but then it might move into another phase where they've refound, you know, they found that love again.
Valid, that could happen as well. And then there's people that just fade out after a year because they're like,
this is shit.
Damn, this isn't working. But I personally think in the 7 years that I've been married, I feel like love isn't something that stays. You've got to work on it. Like it's like a muscle. It's like your iman. It goes up and down, up and down. And it's like you can't just assume that because you love this person last year that you're gonna like be in love with them all the time. Like you've got to work on that love.
You have to make dua for love. I'm so sorry. You've got to make dua for it. You've got to ask Allah to bring the love down.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
To bring down the love between you and your spouse.
But the same way that you have to, the same way when you have low iman, you've got to work on your iman to grow. You've got to work on your love to grow. That's my.
Like it's two people having to work, but also like you have to also remember that this is something that you're being blessed with. Do you know what I mean? And Allah can easily take away the love that you have between each other. Oh my days, imagine.
Valid.
Just as a form to test you guys. Just to test you guys.
Valid. How'd you get over it?
Please, I'll be like, please, Ya Allah, bring the love back.
But what if one person really changes? Like, what if you change?
Yeah.
And like, you're not that person, or like, you don't have the same values, or you both don't agree on the same values anymore.
Or like you've outgrown each other.
Yeah, in a way that you're just like, let's say I don't want this life that we have together. What do you want to do? And he's like, I'm happy.
So he's
what do you do then?
So let's say he's saying, I'm happy with what we have. You want to, however, do something else. You want to ruffle the feathers a little bit, like, for example.
Yeah, like, let's say you're just not happy. And you know what's making you unhappy. Because deep down, you know when everyone says, I'm not happy, you fucking know why you're not happy. And the reason why, and this is all alleged, I'm just saying, the reason why you're not happy is because, let's say, like you just feel like you're a completely different person to who you were 5 years ago. That could be a trial, but how do you get past that? That's a very hard thing to get past.
Yeah, that is.
Especially if the person that you're with is not willing to compromise. Or like, because that's what I'm saying, you've got to work on it. It's fucking hard, I'm telling you guys. It's easy, but it's hard at the same time as well.
What do you do when you look at the person and they're just not on your...
You're not on my level, my
wavelength anymore.
Like, it's sad, but people outgrow each other. And it's just like, you can love this person, you can have children with them, like, you're connected for life, but maybe they're just not the person for you.
Maybe they're not your forever person.
Maybe it's just the risk isn't really the risk.
Maybe you just chose poorly first time around.
But how is that even your fault though? Because
No.
your spouse has written for you
No, of course.
50,000 years
It's
ago.
not your fault.
So it's like, even if you choose poorly, it's dealt for you. The hand is dealt.
Yeah, it was already something that was decided for you long before that you were born.
It reminds me of that movie that we watched, Adjustment Bureau, of like how people just come together and come in at each other's lives. But in the end, it's like, was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
But then again, it's all semantics. It's all subjective, guys. You can be so deeply in love with someone, like the simple, and like you have to think love is different for other people. It could be like I might think love is like these grand gestures and like the way someone treats me is like, oh my God. And then other people might think that's not love to them. Love is like the simple things that make them happy, like
a cup of tea.
Yeah, and I just think that's another thing that you have to really adjust with, is the idea that that everything, like, it's capitalism again that really influences the types of relationships we have. Because if you really think about it, really truly loving someone isn't about like the stuff they give you or the way or the things around you or the people around you. It's about how you and that person,
Is that how you make each other
to
feel? Yeah.
And like, I think love is, if let's say I'm in love with Kulton, I love you, and like I'm like, in order to make Kulton happy, like I can see Kulton's really sad today, so I'm gonna do something to make her happy. Like that small thing that I've done for you, that could ignite your love for me, because you're thinking, this person really thought about me. And it's the back and forth, like it's the small things.
It's the small things.
It's like how the person, like, you could have a conversation with your spouse about an idea that you have,
and it's
like,
it's
the way he reacts to that.
Yeah, you can look in his eyes and like, you know, when you can see someone is so invested in what you're
like,
saying,
babe, like, that's so
oh
sick.
my God,
Don't you think that's amazing?
and then he makes you feel the love, and then you as a result love him back.
Yeah, or just like you come home from work and like often people get distracted with, like me, I'm always distracted with the kids or like doing what I have to do. But just having someone to be like, oh yeah, how was your day? And you talk about your day and like they're actually fucking listening to you.
Yeah. Sometimes
that's like a form of
sometimes
love.
It freaks me out when people are listening to me, because I'm like, oh shit.
And then they remember what you say.
And then you're like, whoa.
But isn't that sad? Like that is something big to us, but that's something that should happen. Like that's to me, that those small things are what makes someone happy in their life.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, you become happy all around.
Yeah.
And like you're not looking for things to make you happy, because you're like content in your home. So, yeah.
And that is Harder's theory of love.
I might be wrong, I might be right. We're two idiots on the internet. Don't judge us. But yeah, we love
Back
love.
to the scenario.
The scenario, he needs to fucking wake up. Like, chill out, mate. There's bigger problems in the world. You've got a wife who loves you. Allah has given you the hasanat.
She's going to be in her lose your phase next week.
Wallahi.
And you know what? I can't wait.
She's going to
She's like, ew,
like,
get
don't even touch me.
away from me. And then he's going to realise that the affection that she was giving him last week is something that he actually wants more of. So then, you know what I mean? I really hope she teaches him a lesson.
Good luck, sis.
You know, in Hiramandi, they like
Hiramandi.
You know, in Hiramandi, instead of like basically telling something, you know, like when you tell someone what you want, it's like you've lost the game. You've got to manipulate the person into thinking it was their idea to give you what you want. Do you know what I mean? They do a lot of that.
Valid.
So I think she needs to do a bit of that.
She needs to just.
I know it's a bit toxic, but you know, Hiramandi's giving me idea.
Anyway, guys, we received some perfumes from a lovely brand called Ahwak. They are, what are they? De Perfume. De Perfume.
Extrait de parfum.
De Perfume.
Parfum.
And are they dupes?
I don't know. Basically, do you know what? If I had the box in the note, I'd know. But what's happened is Harder and I have received these perfumes from a small perfume company called Ahwak. You may have seen them on Instagram. If you haven't, this is what their perfumes look like. We've taken them out the box because I'm not going to lie, I've been using them. I've been using one in particular, and I'll tell you which one in a minute. But this is what it looks like. And this is the flavor garam, like garam masala. Yeah.
It's a French perfumery and Arabic essence. It's based in Dubai and France.
Ooh.
It is basically in the rich tapestry of Arabic language, love unveils itself in 12 distinctive intensities. Each word that describes love weaves mirad, sometimes violence, sets emotion from gentle whispers of the hub.
All of these words mean love.
Yeah, ishq.
Garam. What's that one called? Hayam.
Hayam, yeah.
I wonder what language Hayam is.
So Hayam is my favourite one, and it's Khaltoon's favourite one.
You've not even used Hayam.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you saying, have you got Hayam as well?
No, they sent it to both, but whenever I come to your house, I use this.
Oh.
So the top notes for Hayam are black pepper and saffron. The middle notes are carnation, sage, and Turkish rose. And the base notes are leather and nagarmoth.
So Hayam is actually our favourite perfume of the three. You can tell by usage. Go on, hold it up.
Bro, this smells so nice. Can we just, let me describe it in my own words.
It reminds me of
like
Halfeti Penhaligon's, but like less strong.
Valid. It just reminds me of like a spring day and I'm going to the ocean and I just feel good. Like it's very spring vibes. That's what I get. What do you get?
Literally Penhaligon's Halfeti. but slightly less potent.
Oh, and the way they described it, Hayam, like a whispered promise, soothing the soul's thirst for connection with the beloved.
So does Hayam, Ishq and Garam all mean love?
Yeah. Right, next one. Should we do Ishq? Ishq
is probably my least favourite.
Let me see. Yeah.
And it's like really floral.
Ish smells like, so the top notes of Ish is amber, cinnamon, rose, and bergamot. The middle notes are tonka bean, saffron, and nutmeg. And the base notes are musk. I really like musk. Oh, and I like sandalwood and sweet oud and insects. I don't know why I don't like this one.
It's like really sweet and like florally.
Oh, I do like it a little bit now. I just feel like if you paired this with something a bit lighter, it might mix well.
No, I don't think you should pair it. They're very potent.
With like a lighter scent.
Wait, let me smell that one again.
This one's called A Silent Storyteller of Irresistible Passion.
Ooh.
I think, you know, this one will last long. I think it's strong at the beginning. I think it's strong at the beginning, but it works well. Anyway, I just feel like
they're good perfumes.
They're really good quality perfumes.
Do you know what I like about these is these smells last a very long time. And like if you put this on in the morning, you're still going to smell like this in the evening. Like it's
Let me do the last one. The last one's called Garam. What's that one? It's this Garam. Garam. The top notes are pink pepper, juniper berries, and conifer. The middle notes are, Khaltoon really doesn't like that one, do you? Space and Hayam, our favourite. The middle notes are oak, moss, amber, and rosemary. Guys, I just feel like such a bougie.
Just put it in my face.
Oh my God. I feel like such a bougie girl just reading base notes.
Hayam is the best.
And the base notes are leather, ambergris, and musk. I really like the smell of musk. And this one is leaving a magnetic and lingering trail. This one smells like...
I really want more Hayams.
I want more Hayams as well. This one smells like... I like this one. It smells like...
Like you can tell we love this.
Like, what does Graham smell like? To me, it smells like earth.
Garam.
Anyway, guys, make sure that you guys check this website out. The packaging is beautiful.
Yeah, guys, these are actually so good, like quality-wise.
Look at the stand.
I wish we had the boxes and stuff that it came in because it was really nice, and we probably should have unboxed it on the pod. But this is what we've got today, guys. Ashwak, get your bottles.
And they smell really good. Good quality. So well done, girlies. Thank you for sending these to us. No, I'm going to take this one. I like it.
No, you're not. Oh, yeah, you can have that.
Hey, girlies.
That's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening to us. It has been a very long time. I'm hoping we can be on your screens for the next few weeks.
Download the episode. Make sure they share the episode. Make sure that you listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And the YouTube will be coming out soon. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. And we're so happy to be back. Love you.
Bye.